නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ဒုတိယံ පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි බුද්ධං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි ධම්මං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි තතියම්පි සංඝං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි පානාති පාතා අදින්නා දානා කාමේසු මිච්ඡාචාරා මුසාවාදා සුරාමේරය මච්ඡපමා දට්ඨානා සමන්ත චක්කවාලේසු අත්‍රා ගච්ඡන්තු දේවතා සද්දම්මං මුනි රාජස්ස සුනන්තු සග්ග මොක්ඛදං ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා ධම්මස්සවන කාලෝ අයං බදන්තා නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස kammassakomhi kammayoni kammabandhu kammapatisarano yang kammang karissami kalyanang va papakang va tassa dayado භවිස්සාමිති friends in the Dhamma, it is very fortunate for us to meet here Sunday morning and speak the Dhamma and listen to the Dhamma and discuss the Dhamma. Because it is a rare opportunity. 24 hours of our life is in the world. And here, 1 hour, you are trying to bow out of the world and not remember all your mundane activities. You have given up all your household activities, and then 1 hour we are devoting to a spiritual understanding, a higher sensibility. So mundane world is normal even for animals. They also have their houses, they also have their children, they also feed and look after their families. It's nothing very, very extraordinary. It is the mundane world. But to leave the world for even a short time and develop some higher sensibility is possible only for human beings. Even the devas are so trapped into all their glory and their entertainment and happiness, they don't want to, there is no access for them. No one to speak the Dhamma, no one to think of it even. They even don't want to, because they have no problems like humans have. But human beings have both happiness and unhappiness. So they want to know what is the meaning. Why are we unhappy? Why are we happy? So they only know happiness, they don't know unhappiness. Subhuman world like the hell worlds, they know only unhappiness. They don't know what happiness is. For them every moment is a problem. But as human beings, we have this advantage of being able to understand something higher than mundane living, something more useful and something for you to think about and to solve problems of daily living. And the Buddha said, Kammassakomhi, kamma, I am born out of kamma. Kamma yoni, I am born out of the womb of the kamma. My birthplace is not the vagina of the mother, but it is the kamma is my birthplace, origin. I have come from the kamma. Kamma yoni. Kamma bandhu means kamma is my biggest relation. Kamma gives me happiness and unhappiness because the relations are close and then they give you all your happiness and unhappiness. So kamma is your greatest relation. Kamma bandhu, kamma patisarano. Kamma is my refuge. Normally we say Buddha Dhamma is the refuge, Buddha Dhamma Sangha refuge. But here the Buddha says, kamma is your refuge. You can only depend on kamma. You can't depend on even the Buddha Dhamma and Sangha when it comes to giving results in the samsaric system. So, yang kammang karisami kalyanang va papakang va. If I perform some karma, good or bad, tassa dayado bhavisamiti, I become the recipient of that karma that I have performed. I am the heir to that karma. What I have performed, I become a victim by it. Good or bad. So it is very special and individual. This is what we must remember. It doesn't, somebody else's karma can't come upon me. My karma, my good karma can't come upon you. My good or bad karma. So when others do bad karma, we must not get disturbed because it is bad for them. So long as you don't do the bad karma, you must be satisfied. But if you do the bad karma, then you have to take note of that because it will come upon you. But in the world we find so many people. Are they worried more about their karma or somebody else's karma? I hope all of you know what the word karma means. What is karma? Karma is action. From morning till night we are having some action. Either we are looking or hearing or smelling or tasting or touching or thinking. That is karma in the making. So whenever we do that, do we just see things and let go? Or if it is good, do you get attracted? If it is bad, do you get angry and repelled? When you hear something good, do you just keep quiet? Or do you get interested and asking for more? If you hear something bad, somebody blaming you and hurting you, do you just forget about it? Or do you put it into your memory and think about it again and again? So this is karma in the making. Karma is different from vipaka. Vipaka is the results of karma. But for people, they just say karma for both karma and vipaka. Vipaka is results, good or bad. So how do we get good results? How do we get bad results of karma? How do we get it? When we see something good, it is good vipaka. When we hear something good, pleasant, pleasing, which you enjoy, good vipaka. When you smell something good, which you want, you like, you are happy, then it is good vipaka. It is not karma. When you taste something good, tasty food, it is good vipaka. You have done something to deserve that tasty food. It is vipaka, it is not karma. Karma is what you have previously performed, for which now you are getting happy results. When you feel a good touch in your body, which you like and you desire and you want, good vipaka. It's not karma but vipaka. Karma is something you have done to deserve the good result. So vipaka is result, karma is action. And there are three ways of action: by seeing, by thinking, by speech, and by physical action. So you can perform karma throughout the day by thinking, by speech, and by action. And the result of that comes back upon you from the environment by way of sights, sounds, smells, taste, and touch. And also, if you have put it into the memory, that memory will become the object of your happiness or unhappiness. So if you see something bad, is it karma or vipaka? Vipaka. If you hear somebody scolding you, blaming you, is it karma or vipaka? Vipaka, result. If you smell something bad you don't want, you detest, then it is karma or vipaka? Vipaka. If you taste something bad which you don't like, it is vipaka. If you have some bodily touch, cuts and bruises and your bones breaking and all that and giving painful bodily sensation, then is it karma or vipaka? Vipaka. You have done something to deserve that. You have done something to deserve the happiness and the unhappiness you get from the environment by way of sights, sounds, smells, taste and touch. And this you are exposed to from morning, from the moment you open your eyes in the morning until you go to sleep. Your senses are working and you keep on seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. All these things keep on working. So it can be happy or unhappy according to what you wish or will. So each of us have different tastes. For you something good may be bad for her. The husband might like this is a good sight, it may be a bad sight for the wife. For the wife it is a good and happy, nice thing, but the husband doesn't have any interest. So each of us have our particular wish and will for good things and bad things. So we enjoy good things according to our wish and will, or we reject and get rid of things which we don't want to, which we don't enjoy. So this is happening morning till night, every day. And the Buddha said, I am kamma, kammassakomhi, I am kamma, I am a bundle of kamma. Morning till night I am either performing kamma or receiving kamma from the outside. Now receiving kamma is not something you have done to deserve now. It could be something in the past. Sometimes children are born with cancer or some malformation. They have done nothing to deserve it in this life. But it is a question of their previous life karma and the result of some previous karma. It can happen to us also. When we are not guilty, people keep on worrying us and blaming us, even when we have not done the wrong thing. Why is that? It is some problem of the past karma. Maybe we have in our previous lives said and done bad things to good and noble people, to mother, to father, and hurt people. And that karmic problem is coming on you. So even if you are not guilty of anything, you get hurt by people, blame you and hurt you even when you are not guilty. So it is not only present karma, present vipaka, but it is a mixture of a big complicated thing of the past and the present. So we don't know whether it is the present karma vipaka or past karma vipaka. Difficult to say. Only the Buddha can say exactly this vipaka is due to this karma of such day. But we don't know, it's also mixed up, so complex. But generally we can think that all our happy feelings are due to good vipaka, good things we have done in the past to deserve all the happy feelings. And all our unhappy feelings is due to something wrong we have done in the past. Maybe yesterday, maybe a moment ago, maybe in the past samsara. So this is something for us to think about. If we don't want unhappiness, then we must perform good karma, because then only we get happy results. If you perform bad karma, the results are unhappy and difficult to bear. So this karma people create sometimes without knowledge, not knowing, sometimes knowingly, but pretending as if not. Lot of human beings can pretend. They look very nice and elegant, well dressed, but they may be robbers and womanizers, they may be drunkards. But outwardly they pretend to be very nice. But they are guilty feeling, their mind is very worried because their faults might be exposed. So they are not happy people. Those that try to show off that as if they are very good, they are really suffering people, because they have to always put up pretenses. Always they have to behave as if they are good, when inside they know, and they are very restless about their bad karma. So this karma is a problem for us in daily living. If you do good karma, then your mind is very happy. I have done nothing wrong to anybody. So my mind is not confused, my mind is not disturbed, my mind is not hurting me or blaming me. It is useless if the whole world is telling good, if your own mind is blaming you, because that's the thing that makes you happy or unhappy. If your own mind is hurting you, then you feel guilty, then you can't rest and relax. Your mind is causing a problem for you. So it's not the outside that is hurting you, but it is your own mind that is hurting you. So we have so much to think about this problem of karma. We are born out of karma, our birthplace is karma. That's why the Buddha said, our relation is karma, because this is the thing that gives us happiness and unhappiness throughout our life. It is individual, it is our own performance, and the results, good or bad, we have to suffer it. This karma is a natural law. I think scientists would say action and reaction are equal and opposite. It's a natural law. Or gravitational pull, natural law. Under such circumstances, there is a pull, the gravity. Or pressure, high pressure and low pressure. They are natural laws. They are physical laws. But the karmic law of karma is different from the physical law. For physical law, you might say it is equal and opposite. But the karmic law is not equal and opposite. That's what we have to think. For instance, killing a mother and killing a woman are not the same. In the ordinary law of the land, they are the same. But the karmic problem is not the same. Killing a mother means your mind has been so wicked and wild that you have forgotten all the goodness of a mother. And therefore the karmic problem is very, very grievous. And therefore the effect is also very, very bad. So it all depends on your intention. That's what the Buddha said. Intention is cetana, cetanaham bhikkave kammam vadami. It means your intention is karma. One day a man came to the Buddha and he said, Venerable Sir, I understand you scold and blame people. You have said that Devadatta is going to be born in hell. It is giving him so much unhappiness. Is it right that you should give unhappiness by telling things to other people like that? So it seems this was a man, he had on his lap a little baby. And then the Buddha said, now you have a little baby on your lap. This baby has eaten something and maybe he has got stuck with a bone or something in his throat. Are you going to keep quiet? What are you going to do? He said, no, I will hold him by the head. I put my hand inside immediately. And even if it means it is going to bleed, I will pull it out, giving him any amount of trouble, giving him pain, I will pull it out. Then the Buddha asked, why do you do that? Because I have so much love for my baby. Then the Buddha said, I also have so much love. That's why I tell him, when you do this kind of thing, you are bound to go to hell. Not that I like to hurt them, but that is the truth. If I don't tell them, they don't know it. Then they will keep on doing it. They will never know that they will have to suffer for all this. So he was convinced. So the Buddha gives very simple examples. He doesn't give such heavy philosophy that you can understand technology and science. He gives ordinary examples, day-to-day examples. One day another person came. He came and said, a little baby on the mother's lap, sucking milk, he is the best, most virtuous person in the world. Why? He doesn't kill, he doesn't steal, he doesn't sexually misconduct, he doesn't tell lies and slander and all, and he doesn't take intoxicant. So, isn't he the most virtuous person in the world? And what did the Buddha say? Yes or no? Did the Buddha say yes? No? Yeah? No. Why? He can't do it because he is not capable of doing it. If he can, he would have done it, because his bodily, his faculties are not mature. He can't think. He can't act. He can't do anything. Because he is innocent because of his inability, not because he is virtuous. So people can those who make karma are those who can do, who have the capability to do it. You have the power to tell lies and you don't tell lies. That is virtue. You can tell a lie and escape, but you won't tell it. That is virtue. There is something interesting. You can rob and steal. Nobody is looking. You have the chance, but you say, no, I'm not going to rob and steal. That is virtue. You have the chance to sexually misconduct. The urge, the money, the vehicles, the cars, the persons, everybody is there. But you say, no, I am not going to sexually misconduct. That is virtue. Because he has the power to do it and he doesn't do it. He has the power to tell lies or to take drugs and intoxicants. He has money, his friends are urging him, drink, drink, drink. And there's plenty of alcohol and you can drink and you want to drink also. But you say, no, I'm not going to drink. That is virtue. Having the access to all the bad things, you don't do it. Then that is virtue. But if you have nothing, and you have no ability, and you have no access, no money, no people, no one offering, no situation, then you keep quiet because of not being able to. So that is not considered virtue, because for you to, say instance, you can kill and rob and do all these things. For you to say, I'm not going to kill, at that time, what is the kind of mind you have? When you have to rob, say, there is something, and then we can have access, we can rob it, we can steal it. If you steal it, what is the kind of mind you will have? Is it full of greed or non-greed? If you are stealing, in the moment of stealing, is it greed or non-greed? Greed. Or you might be wanting to hurt somebody, and at that moment you are hurting. Is it hatred or non-hate? If you want to hurt somebody, it will be hatred, greed, hatred. Or is it wisdom or ignorance of the law of karma? That you develop greed and hatred is due to ignorance or wisdom. Ignorance. Now you have to watch how your mind is working. Then only you know what karma you are making. If there is wisdom, you will say, no, I am not going to do the wrong thing. When you say, I am not going to do the wrong thing, at that time, is your mind full of greed? No. You have to give up your greed to say no. Is your mind full of hatred? No. You have to give up hatred to say, no, I am not going to hurt people. At that time, is your mind full of wisdom or ignorance? Wisdom. So when the wisdom is there, your mind is always working with non-greed and non-hate. When the ignorance is there, your mind is always with greed and hatred. So only you know it. Not even the one closest to you knows whether your mind is wisdom or ignorance, whether your mind is greed or non-greed, whether your mind is anger or metta. Metta or loving kindness is the opposite of anger. So, nobody can help you to find out and to act and make the right karma. If you know it, then you can do it. If you are mindful, then you can do it. If you are wise and you have wisdom, then you can do it. Only you can do it. Not even Buddha can do this for you, because only you know your mind. That's why I said it is individual. It is not perpetrated. All the bad things are not perpetrated on you by others. It is your own karmic result. Now I want to ask you a question. Normally when you are unhappy, do you blame yourself or do you blame the world? My mother-in-law, my son, my neighbor, all they are hurting me and they are worrying me and the world is worrying me. They are very bad, the people in the office, colleagues. So you see, we have to be always very, very wise. Then you know, am I getting angry? Am I getting hurt because of some past karmic result? Or am I getting hurt because the world is not treating me properly? Why does the world not treat you properly? Why did you get a husband like that? Why do you get a wife like that? Why do you get children like that? Why do you get to go and have jobs like that? Why? Why do you have a mother like that, a father like that, a sister, brother? They are very close because they are under the same roof. So when you are under the same roof, your karmic results come from the immediate environment. So if they are good, then you get happy results. If they are bad, you get unhappy results. Your own body is the closest environment. For instance, if you have a cancer, can you run away from that? At least from your relations, you may run away for a while. But your body will give you intense, bad pain and suffering. Nobody outside is doing it, your own body. So that's a karmic problem. So you can't run away from that. At least from your job you can go and find another job. It's not too bad. But if it is your own child and mother and all, you can't find a wife or husband. So to get the right kind, the good kind of husband, wife, mother, father, child, we also must have good karma. If you have bad karma, we have done bad to your mother, you get a bad mother. You have done bad to your wife and husband, you get a bad wife or husband. So it is up to us. When you know the nature of karma, will you be bad to your husband or good or wife? You will try hard when you know karma. You have to be good to your wife and husband, to your mother and child, because they are close relations. If you are bad to them, you get a bad mother. You are bad to your father, you get a bad father, or you get a bad husband or bad wife, and you will be suffering. Even if you get a human life, you are suffering. Or if you do something wrong with your hands and feet, you can get a cancer or some sickness, and you are perpetually suffering. So with your hands and feet, from morning till night, with your speech and your thinking, what must we perform? Good actions, good thinking, good speech, good action. Then you are sure that they will give you eventually happy results. But some people will ask like that, how is it that there are so many bad people in this world? but they are enjoying. Don't they ask like that? Why is that? Why do you think that bad people, so many who rob and steal and misconduct and do all the miserable things, they are killing, and why is it that they don't suffer? Why are they enjoying life? Why? Yeah, their previous good karma is on them. So because their previous good karma is, this karma will come in the future. The bad karma he is doing, he doesn't know, it will come in the future. But at the moment, his good karma is taking care of him. So that's how we can understand. So he's enjoying life, thinking every day it's like that. It's like the crab in the water. You know the crab? You put it into water and the boy is nicely swimming around and thinking, I have got some nice water to play. But he doesn't know he's under the heat, and little by little it's getting hot. And when they are boiling the crab with the water, and then he doesn't know that he will have to die, not like playing around. Just like that, people also enjoy doing wrong things, not knowing that eventually they will have to suffer for it. Okay? So there are many, many examples like that in the Dhamma. So we have to learn the Dhamma and understand how this karmic problem arises and how it can be averted, the wrong karma, how you can not do wrong karma. I think I'll give you about 10 minutes for question time. There will be many, many questions. I want you to ask many questions because I would have missed out some of the important things. Now, karma and vipaka are two things, that is sure. Karma is in the making, vipaka is the result. But there is another factor, condition. I'm still going on with this. Condition. Karma, vipaka, pratyaya. Pratyaya is the condition. Now I want to ask you a question. It's like this. Supposing there is a seed. If that seed falls on the roof of the building, will it germinate? No. But if it falls on moisture and if it has temperature and all the requirement for it to germinate, then it will give result, it will give a plant. Karma is like that. Though you have lot of karma to our credit, we have done millions and trillions of karma in our past samsara. They are like the seed waiting to germinate, given the proper condition. So if the condition is not there, the results don't come. That's another thing for us to remember. That is why when rich people, when people who are bad are still enjoying, because the condition is right for them to enjoy. When the condition is wrong, then they have to give up. So remember, there's karma and vipaka and condition. Now I want to ask you a question. Some people got into tsunami, just 5 minutes before they have entered into tsunami and they perished. Some people just 5 minutes ago they escaped and they escaped tsunami. Why is that? Yeah? Yeah? I can't hear. The condition. Tsunami is a condition. Deep down in the sea, there is some big turmoil and there is some eruption and it is sending waves upon waves of water. That's a condition. If you enter that condition, your karma will take toll. Because we have done lot of karma waiting to ripen, given the condition. Then your bad karma will ripen here and take you away. If you escape tsunami, that means your good karma has taken toll and you have just gone out of the condition. The tsunami is the condition. If you get into the condition, there is no escape, you go. If you get out of the condition, then you escape. So for that also is something for us to think about. So all your good karma must have condition for it to give results. And all your bad karma must have condition to give results. So we have to remember that also. So when people do the bad things, they still have the good condition. That's why they are enjoying. The moment the condition is not there, finish. In Sri Lanka we had the terrorist problem. There was, I don't know whether you know him, he's Prabhakaran. For 30 years he was killing, but he has a very good condition. Why? International support, manipulation, organization. And he thought that he can continue that fraud and do everything. But one fine day, the army or whatever, after 30 years, until that he was king of his domain. But they penetrated and broke down his barriers. He had so many barriers protecting him. Then he is finished. So for us also, we must think, we may have a lot of barriers like pretending to be good. I have a nice little story, maybe I have told you again. They remember stories very well. There was a boy, he was 21 years, 22, very good looking, smiling. And he has a chain with 2 crosses. He's a very good Christian. So everybody believes him. But he was a real rascal. He used to rob and cut school. His mother was German, father was Sri Lankan, and he used to go about with girls in the night. He never goes to school, never studies. And then he was expelled from the school, and then they brought him to Sri Lanka. Then the father, he's a Sinhalese, he's a Sri Lankan, he brought this boy to the temple. Then the monk said, we don't want to touch him, he's such a bad fellow. And they sent him to me. I just didn't know. So I was looking at him, he looked so nice. He has crosses, and I said, but I knew his history. And he's pretending to the world to be very nice. He goes out with girls every day. In the evening he dresses properly, and his clothes have to be washed by the father. He doesn't go to school. He cuts school, and he goes about, and he pretends he's a very good fellow. Then he thinks, why shouldn't I do that? He doesn't understand. When I can do it, why shouldn't I do it? He doesn't know karma. Then I asked him, why do you think you are born? Then he pointed his finger to the father and said, he's the cause. I said, you fool, you idiot. He is not the cause. Cause is your karma. You have made good karma to get a father like that. Any other father would have driven you and kicked you out. So he was thinking, he couldn't understand. Because he was brought up in Germany, he didn't know. So later I had to speak to him day after day for many days. Finally he turned round. He became a good boy, he wanted to do meditation. Several days he came and had long talks with me. And then I gave him books to read. And he wanted to learn meditation. So you see, sometimes you make pretenses, not being ignorant of the law. You think you can just pass off and pretend and then get out of it. But sooner or later you get into trouble. So as long as the conditions are there, then you enjoy. The day your conditions break down, then you have to pay the penalty. So there are many things to say about karma. And maybe we will now ask you for questions.
Okay, before we end, I think let's move to the second section. Is there any Q&A, any question that you answer, or any sharing? Yes, brother.
Venerable, is there such a thing as collective karma? Tsunami. Is there such a thing as
tsunami?
Collective karma.
Tsunami is collective karma. Collective karma. I even can't understand what collective karma is. It is possible, maybe. Maybe it is collective karma also. They have all done the similar karma at the same time or different times. It could be at different times, but it is collective karma. It's really vipaka, results of some karma. Maybe done together or done separately, you never know. You couldn't quite call it collective. Okay. Sometimes you are in the same ship and the ship sinks, and that is all of them. So, what happens? Ship sinking is the condition. And your bad karma has come into focus. So you could call it collective or individual, whatever it is, your bad karma has come into focus. So, say you leave the house as normally, and then you go to work, and you are in your car, one car comes, you say the other one, then brake, and then something, big accident, and you die. You have done nothing to deserve it. But how did you get into this condition? That is the karmic problem, that you should get into a condition like that. Sometimes you might just escape without hurt. Also the condition. Your good karma takes you out of it. But your bad karma might take toll. Okay? So, any other questions?
Yes, brother, can you come forward? Use the mic.
I must hear it. You speak to me, son, because I can repeat it. I want to know the question. Loud.
For an animal, if an animal is born as animal that only eat meat.
An animal?
For example, tiger that only eat meat.
Meat.
So its condition must kill.
Yeah.
So is an animal action of killing is also generating karma.
Yes. If you are born into a tiger or animal that is killing and eating, it is a bad rebirth for you, because there is no way you can make good karma. Being an animal itself is a bad karmic problem, because you are born into a situation. You have no other way except to kill and eat. So you make more bad karma. If you are born into a fishing family, you have no access to do good. You have to do fishing is your only way. Or if you are in the Arctic or something, there are no plants and vegetation, you have to kill and eat. So then you can understand how fortunate all of us are. Being into Malaysia, we don't have to kill. We don't have to eat and drink and do all these things. We have access to the Dhamma. So we are very fortunate to be born into the human world and to have access to the Dhamma. So that means we can make more good karma if you know what it is. Otherwise you even don't know. You keep killing, doing all the bad things, you even don't know. Ignorance is no escape. Even in the law, you can't go to the law court and say, I didn't know the law. Then you will be punished twice. Why? Not knowing the law is one punishment, and doing the wrong thing is another. So you have done two things, you will get twice punished. So ignorance, not knowing the law, is no escape. Okay.
Any more questions? Any sharing? Yes, brother.
Loud, loud, loud.
What's your opinion on how to help ourselves to clear all the fears and worries, attachment to life?
How to escape from fear and worries. What is the reason? Or how to?
The interest of the attachment of life, wealth,
Life, attachment to life. Oh,
bad things happen,
uh,
a lot of fear reason.
fear,
So I'm lost.
fear and what? Worry. Life is full of fear and worry. He wants to know why is it that the life is full of worry and fear, or how to overcome it. Two questions. Now, fear and worry, is it self-created or somebody else is creating for you? It is self-created. Fear and worry. When you know you have fear and worry, it means that you are angry. Anger. Anger manifests as fear and worry. So remember that there is anger in your mind. So when you have fear and worry, what must you do? Lot of good karma, lot of metta, loving kindness. Be generous, be kind, be loving, caring, sharing. So you have no more fear and worry. So you have to give and give away, be forgiving. When people do the wrong thing, forgive and love and care and share. So when you develop all those good qualities, you have no more fear and worry. But if you don't do it, you have anger, resentment, and it becomes a part of your thinking again and again and again. And this recurrent idea of fear and worry, it can make you mad also. When there's doubt, with worry and fear, there is doubt, restlessness, and you can't enjoy life. And then you become very moody and you cannot perform because your mind is so stuck. So when you are like that, it means that it is anger. Anger related. So you have to give up your anger. Be kind, generous, loving, caring, giving, forgiving. You have to be very forgiving to the world. Then only your fear and anger will go. Then you know you have done nothing wrong, so you are not fearful. I for one, I feel I have done nothing wrong. So I go about alone in America, in all the countries. I have no fear because I think I have done nothing wrong. Why should I fear? But if I have done something wrong, then I am angry with the world, then I am taking revenge, and then I am hurt, and then I am unhappy, then I am restless, then I am fearful and in doubt and fear and worry. All of it comes because of either greed or hatred. So look at your mind to see whether you have too much greed or too much hatred. When you know what it is, then you can do some meditation to overcome it. Meditation is important to overcome greed and hatred. Before I forget, maybe I can announce that there is a 9-day meditation retreat here, starting on the 4th of September. And I'm conducting it. Every day we will have talks like this. So I invite all of you to come and join us. Then you can ask many more questions. And also, learn the method how to overcome your fear and anger and your greed and all those mental negative qualities of the mind. Okay.
Is there any more question? Perhaps we take a last question before we move on to our next session. Any more? No? Okay, then if that's the case, we will end our Sunday talk for this morning. And before we end, we'd like to pass to Brother again to do the sharing of memories.